When the lights fade, the first step isn't to panic or start lighting candles. Your initial instinct might be to find a source of light, but hold that thought. The first thing you need to do is assess your environment. Look out for immediate hazards. Are there any downed power lines in your vicinity? Can you smell gas? These are signs of a potential danger. It's also crucial to check your security systems. Blackouts can be a prime time for crime, and a compromised security system can leave you vulnerable. If necessary, shut down your utilities. Secure all entry points to your home. Remember, in a blackout, your home isn't just a place of refuge, it's a fortress that needs to be defended. Before you do anything else, your environment must be secure. Once secure, you need to understand the extent of the blackout. Is this a minor hiccup affecting just your street, or has the entire region plunged into darkness? The answer isn't always clear, especially in the initial moments of an outage. That's where battery radios, solar emergency devices, and vehicles come into play. These resources can help you verify the scale of the blackout, allowing you to tune into local news stations or emergency broadcasts. Remember, information is power. Knowing the scope of the outage will greatly impact your next steps. For instance, a citywide blackout may mean local resources will be stretched thin, while a nationwide outage could indicate a more severe long-term problem. Every piece of information you gather helps you make more informed decisions. The bigger the outage, the bigger the challenge. Remember, knowledge is your first line of defense in any crisis. Now, it's time to take stock of your resources. This is a critical step that many people overlook in the initial stages of a blackout. It's not just about knowing what you have, but also about securing what you have. Let's start with water. Water is the lifeblood of survival, and in a blackout, you're going to need it for a myriad of things, from drinking and cooking to sanitation. If you have a water storage system, now is the time to ensure it's secure and accessible. If not, start filling up every available container with tap water while it's still running. Remember, it takes only 3 days without water for the human body to start shutting down. Next on the list is food. Take a quick inventory of your food supplies. Prioritize the use of perishables and foods that require little to no cooking. You want to conserve your fuel sources for as long as possible. Speaking of fuel sources, let's talk about batteries and light sources. In a blackout, light becomes a precious commodity. You'll need it for tasks, for safety, and for morale. Know where your flashlights, lanterns, and candles are. Check the batteries in your devices and have extras on hand. But it's not just about the resources you have, it's about the people you're with. If you're in a group or with your family, it's time to assign roles. Everyone should have a job to do, from keeping an eye on the food and water supplies, to maintaining the light sources, to providing security. Assigning roles not only keeps everyone busy and reduces panic, it also ensures that all tasks are taken care of efficiently. Remember, in a blackout, every minute counts. You can't afford to sit back and hope for the best. You need to be proactive in securing your resources, in organizing your group, and in preparing for what might come next. Because when it comes to survival, the difference between success and failure often comes down to how well you use your time and resources. Every minute counts, so make them count. Staying warm and safe without becoming a target is a delicate balance. It's a dance of shadow and light where visibility is essential, but not at the cost of becoming a beacon in the dark. Blackout curtains are your first line of defense. These are not your regular window dressings. They're specifically designed to block out light, ensuring that no glow escapes from your home and draws unwanted attention. But you may wonder, if blackout curtains prevent light from leaking out, won't they also plunge my home into darkness? Well, that's where red lights come into play. Red light is harder to see from a distance than white or blue light, making it a safer option during a blackout. You can use red LED lights or even cover a regular flashlight with red cellophane. It's all about maintaining visibility without advertising your position. Now let's talk about low-output solar lanterns. These handy devices absorb sunlight during the day and emit a soft, low-intensity glow at night. They're perfect for providing just enough illumination to see by without turning your home into a lighthouse. Of course, light is only half of the equation. Heat, or the lack thereof, can be a serious concern during blackouts, particularly in extreme weather conditions. How do you stay warm or cool without power? Insulation is key. In winter, you can use thermal blankets, heavy clothes, and even bubble wrap on windows to keep the cold out. In summer, ventilation becomes crucial. Opening windows at night to let in cool air, then closing them in the morning to trap it inside, can help maintain a comfortable temperature. Moreover, remember to keep your food and water supplies insulated too. A well-insulated cooler can keep perishables fresh for longer, while an insulated flask can keep water from freezing in cold weather. Staying low-key is as important as staying warm. The goal here is to remain safe, comfortable, and unnoticed, because during a blackout, drawing attention can be as dangerous as sitting in the dark. Water is life, so make it a priority. When the lights go out, the taps might still be running, but don't take that for granted. Pressure in municipal water supplies can drop quickly, leaving you high and dry at the worst possible time. Don't wait for the trickle to turn into a drought. Fill up every container you can lay your hands on right away. Think bathtubs, sinks, bottles, and any other containers that can hold water. Remember, the water in your hot water tank and toilet reservoir is also a resource. It's better to have too much water than not enough, so don't hold back. In a blackout situation, water isn't just for drinking. You'll need it for cooking, cleaning, and sanitation too. Don't wait until water becomes a scarcity. It could be gone by morning. Be proactive, take action, and secure your water supplies before the pressure drops. Food security is a primary concern during a blackout. When the power goes out, your refrigerator becomes a ticking time bomb for perishables. It's crucial to use these items first before they spoil and become a wasted resource. However, remember to limit how often you open the fridge to keep it cool as long as possible. Next, transition to your shelf-stable meals. These are foods that don't require refrigeration and have a long shelf life. Think canned goods, dried fruits, nuts, and grains. Cooking meals during a blackout also requires a strategic approach. You'll need to cook with minimal fuel. Whether you're using a gas stove or a camping burner, conserve your fuel supply. Lastly, prepare for rationing. You don't know how long the blackout will last, so it's important to make your food supply stretch. Food security can change drastically in just a day, so be smart, be prepared, and remember, every bite counts. Stay informed, stay connected. This is the mantra to remember when a blackout plunges your world into darkness. Your lifeline to the outside world becomes a simple yet crucial device, a hand crank radio or a vehicle's AM/FM. These tools are your eyes and ears, your way of gathering news and updates when the rest of your digital devices are rendered useless. You see, during a blackout, your smartphone, your tablet, your computer, they all become ticking time bombs. Their batteries drain fast, and even if you have a power bank or two, remember that cell towers may go down as well, so relying on them for long-term communication and information is not a wise move. Instead, turn to the trusty hand crank radio. It's like the postman of the old days, delivering news come rain or shine, or in this case, blackout. It's your key to knowing what's happening beyond the confines of your home, your neighborhood, your city. Is the blackout local, regional, national? Your hand crank radio will let you know. The same goes for your vehicle's AM/FM radio. It's not just for music and morning talk shows. In times of crisis, it becomes a beacon of information. Your car's battery can keep it running for a while, so use it wisely. But here's the catch. Don't just listen to the information. Write it down. Make a habit of documenting key details. How long is the blackout expected to last? Are there emergency frequencies you should tune into? Are there known threats or hazards in the area? This information is your roadmap, your guidebook, your survival manual. Remember, in a blackout, your world becomes smaller, limited to what you can see, hear, and touch. But with a hand crank radio or vehicle AM/FM, you can extend your reach, stay in touch with the outside world, and keep a step ahead of the situation. Knowledge is power, especially during a blackout. When darkness falls, security and routine become crucial. The stillness of the night can magnify fears, and the cover of darkness can embolden those with less than honorable intentions. This is when your planning, your preparation, and your resolve are put to the test. The first order of business is establishing a night watch. If you're alone, this will be a challenge, but if you're with a group, it's time to assign shifts. A watchful presence is a deterrent to potential troublemakers and a comfort to those within your space. It's not just about watching for threats, but also spotting potential hazards like fires or leaks that could spring up in the night. Next, ensure that your valuables are locked up. Blackouts create opportunities for the opportunistic. It's not just about the material things, but also about securing important documents, medications, and other essentials that you can't afford to lose. Setting quiet hours is also a smart move. Noise discipline is a basic tenet of security, but it's also about preserving a sense of normalcy. A routine can provide comfort in the chaos, and a good night's sleep is essential for maintaining mental and physical health in a crisis. If you've got firearms or alarms, now's the time to stage them responsibly. This isn't about creating a fortress, but about being prepared to protect yourself and your loved ones if necessary. Firearm safety is paramount here, ensure they are stored securely, but within easy reach, and only in the hands of those trained to use them. Remember, establishing security and routine is not about embracing fear, but about fostering a sense of safety and control in an uncertain situation. It's about making the night less of a threat and more of an ally. It's about turning a time of potential vulnerability into a period of rest and renewal. Nighttime during a blackout can be a dangerous time. Be prepared. With vigilance, planning, and a calm, methodical approach, you can navigate the darkness and emerge stronger when the dawn breaks. The biggest mistake in a blackout? Assuming it'll be over soon. It's easy to think that help is on the way, but when the lights go out, it's time to shift gears. The first 24 hours are critical for setting yourself up for survival. This isn't just about making it through the night, it's about preparing for a potentially longer crisis. If you've followed the steps thus far, you've secured your environment, verified the scope of the outage, locked down your resources, kept your space safe without drawing attention, secured your water supply, shifted to no-cook meals, gathered intel, and established security. Now it's about transitioning into full bug-in mode. That means hunkering down and bracing for a potentially extended period without power. Don't fall into the trap of complacency. Those who waste the first day are already behind. Remember, when the grid fails, so does fantasy.